My name is Peter Mitchell. I'm co-founder of Lernlabor. We're a Berlin-based social business, and we are active in the Erasmus Plus program. We are accredited in Erasmus Plus. We're doing a lot of training courses, youth exchanges, Key Action 2 projects, but we are also active in the European Solidarity Corps. And for the last 3 years, we've been running a series of local solidarity projects with young people in our network. And we find these projects to be great gateway projects for young people to get them involved in non-formal education, to get them involved in our network, and also to give them an opportunity to create programs by youth and for youth at the local level, which can have, as Clara was mentioning, a real impact on themselves and their personal development. So I would like to introduce one of these projects. It's called Kletterfreunde, which means climbing friends. And it's a project which we started in 2020, actually during lockdown. I will share with you a little brochure that our participants created, because it gives their narrative of the project. The description's in German, but I can translate, and it also just gives some visual context to what I'm talking about. This project started from the idea of our young participants that they wanted to broaden access to climbing. They were a number of them who were already keen, like enthusiastic in the sport, and they witnessed that the sport is not so diverse in terms of it's mainly male dominated, although this is changing. And there's not a big ethnic minority representation in the sport. And the sport offers such great opportunities for actually building community. And it's a great tool that actually we use in a lot of our projects. We use it as a non-formal education tool, and we find it very, very effective. And what basically happened in this project is the participants set up a weekly climbing sessions, which were open to people from diverse abilities, so total beginners that had never tried climbing before, and people from diverse backgrounds. So we had people from various different countries, from Germany, from Iran, from Mali, from Gambia, United States of America, Ukraine, Russian Federation, United Kingdom, Australia, like really international group of young people, and also people who were a bit older as well. And we ran this project for 1 year with in cooperation with the local section of the German Alpine Club, who provided us with facilities to train on. And also we cooperated with a coach from the German Alpine Club. And in addition to the weekly meetups, we also, or the project did a couple of excursions to nice areas in rural Germany, the Harz Mountains, Swiss Saxony. And one of the really positive things about this project, it was a great project in itself. It lasted for 12 months, but it's still continuing. Not in the frame of the Solidarity Corps anymore, but it's been sustainable in a way that we're still meeting up every Friday with some new participants, some people that have still been there from the start, and we still have the same concept. So the idea to offer a space, a welcoming space for people from different backgrounds, different levels to come together and to create this community through climbing. And this idea of creating a community, I think, was a very strong impact and also motivation for the young people involved, especially in the context of the time when we started the project during lockdown, when there was a lot of feeling of isolation, not much was going on, and we realized that climbing was actually a way where we could meet up outdoors. It was a pretty almost COVID-proof project. Some of the pictures that I'll show you, we were wearing, we were still wearing masks when we were climbing, but yeah, it was a good project. We could do it actually even during the lockdown. Yeah, this project led to, I would say, also the development of real and lasting connections and friendships through, say, engaging in this shared experience, through doing an activity that involves a lot of trust. It involves concentration, communication, and it's a real leveler. Like, no matter what your background, what your education, what your gender is, gravity has the same impact on everyone, and you notice it. So it's a real, in my opinion, it's a great way of connecting people and creating lasting connections, and you really get to know people through climbing with them. This was definitely one of the big personal impacts, I would say, on the young people who were involved. And I also think the project, and this kind of project, especially these outdoor projects and climbing in particular, it contributes to well-being, and also it's good for just general mental health. Something that I see is more and more relevant in this time that we're going through, this time of multiple crises. This is a real, I think, in the field of youth work, what I'm seeing in the field, actually, in the grassroots, is a lot of people carrying a lot of traumas, actually, from the collective, from these multiple crises, and climbing together as a community is a great way of just providing some sort of coping mechanism. And I think this was an impact that shouldn't be underestimated. There's also all the other impacts that Clara was mentioning. Intercultural communication, climbing in a diverse group, organizational skills, the whole package that young people can develop through taking responsibility, communicating with stakeholders and experts. Some of the people who are actually involved in this project, who initiated the project, have since gone on to do formal qualifications to become professional climbing guides. So we are actually supporting this process, and they are now actually working for us in a paid capacity during our outdoor projects as junior trainers. So this has also been an impact on them in terms of career development. And the solidarity projects, they offer us as an organization a great opportunity, because we can see the talents that people bring, and through young people coming with talents, with passion, with enthusiasm, it also enriches what we can offer. So it's a great synergy between us developing our capacities as an organization through supporting young people and developing their professional competences, their skills in a particular activity, their pedagogical competences, and all this. So for us, it's a real benefit as well. And also, this project had also an impact on the experts that we were involved in. So the climbing guides, the German Alpine Club climbing guides that were involved in the project, were able to, for them, they were introduced to this new landscape, new opportunities, the European Solidarity Corps, Erasmus Plus projects, international exchange projects, something that they can actually contribute to, because they have the hard skills to contribute to these activities, but they just weren't aware of them before. So for them, it also creates new potentials in their personal and working lives, which is also, I think, quite a big impact of this project, especially in the case of our trainer, Young Sung, who we are also cooperating with in other projects, in training courses, where then he is he's working in the capacity of a trainer as an expert. So just to give you some visual idea of the project, I will go through this slide to see this is the brochure that the participants made about the project, and about the organization Lernlabor, that we are trying to broaden access to outdoor education, and also in an urban context through climbing. This is the facility of the German Alpine Club. It's in northern Berlin. It's got quite an urban feel. It's covered with graffiti, but it's a great place for us to go and meet up and practice. And yeah, also the fact that the aim of the project is really communicated in its name. Like, we want to create friendships also between people who are living in Berlin already and people who are arriving in Berlin with different backgrounds, different cultures, who really contribute to the city as it is today. They're bringing new cultures, new inspirations, new ideas, and yeah, making the city what it is. And through the project, we were also, because we cooperated with the German Alpine Club, we were also able to provide participants with formal accreditation in terms of climbing, which, especially for some people, it was really sweet that they got this formal accreditation from the German Alpine Club. They really treasure it, maybe the first time that in Europe they've had some sort of official certification of competences, and they really saw this as being empowering for them. They really appreciated this recognition. Yes. What else would I like to say about the project in terms of impact and sustainability? You can do a solidarity project on basically any topic. I mean, we've done organized solidarity projects on the topic of climbing, like this one. We've also done cultural projects. We have a project that involves singing, a choir project. And my advice to people who are thinking of maybe initiating their own project is to follow your passion. If you do something that you're passionate about and interested in, then the chances that it will become sustainable are really high. And this is the case with our climbing project. We had a core group of young people who are passionate about climbing and wanted to share their passion. And this motivates. It's also, the enthusiasm is infectious. So whatever your passion is, maybe it's knitting and weaving, maybe it's painting, maybe it's beekeeping, maybe it's raising awareness about blood donation is one someone here in the seminar is doing. Then if this is your passion, then the framework of the Solidarity Project is a great option to take this first step of getting involved. The process for getting funding is relatively simple, and there's quite a lot of flexibility and freedom in the project. Another thing I would advise is to engage local cooperation partners. So people who are already have a passion maybe for the topic that you're in, but are doing it in a more established way. Or in our case, it was the German Alpine Club that we cooperated with. So this for us was a great benefit because they provided us with facilities. They provided us with trainers. It also provided us with recognition, and through also cooperating with them, I think we could also influence them, and because the Alpine Club has got a remit to promote inclusion, and we could also not push this agenda. This would be too strong, but just show that that we are here. We are wanting to do this, and just make them more aware that the young members are really interested in this issue, and this also, I think, was communicated up the hierarchy, so to have some impact also on the organizational structures of this more established institution and where they set their priorities. I think in the longer term, our project has definitely made a little impact here, which is very nice. And another thing I would definitely emphasize is to be adaptable, and to. I always say this to the young people who are involved in our project, to not be afraid of making mistakes or that things won't work. To embrace the concept of failing forward, because if you try something and it doesn't quite work out how you expected, then this gives you knowledge, and this gives you experience, and this gives you wisdom that you wouldn't have had you not tried. So to take this first step, to do something that you're passionate about, I would encourage everyone to take this. And it takes a little bit of courage to do it, but once you've done it, you are in a place that you weren't before, and a lot more opportunities and perspectives arise. And the solidarity course, solidarity projects, I think, are the perfect frame for this. From our organization's perspective, I talked a little bit about the individual level and the impact. These projects have a really big impact on us. They help us to grow our local network of young people. They allow us to provide interesting activities that young people want, because the projects are designed by young people, so they know what young people want. And they're also, for us, they're low risk. The budget's not so high. The chances of they're just basically it's not risky for us to support an initiative of young people who come with their own project. Whereas project on a larger scale, then of course we require maybe more experience, or we need to be involved a bit more in exactly how it's going to manage. But this, we can really give the freedom to the participants, to the young people, to structure the project as they see fit, and then also to reflect themselves and evaluate themselves on how effective their methods were. And I would be really happy to. I don't know how much more time I've got, but I'd be really happy to
going to the end. Yeah. We should be closing, I think, quite soon.
Okay, yeah, because I was just about to wrap up. Okay, I'd be really happy to answer any questions that you have, specific questions about the project. I can provide you from my experience. And if you're interested in our activities, our projects, I will also post our social media in the chat. So feel free to check it out. If you like what we're doing, write to us, get in touch. If you've got ideas, if you're in Berlin, send us a message. Yeah, we are open for your input and dialogue. Thank you so much.